obviously a lot of talk about the 50-over team and the record of recent years. You've got to be so pleased with the whole series, but especially that win out there.
Yeah, extremely pleased with the way that we performed throughout this series, going 1-0 down in the first game, and then the fight and the camaraderie and belief that we had to win 2-1 in the end, like we did in Sri Lanka. I think it's a credit to the team, credit to the coaches, and an outstanding performance.
And a lot of really good individual performances for Ben Duckett, 141, exceptional.
And Beth as well. The way that them two batted together in the power play and pushed on from there was outstanding. I think that they set as a perfect template and platform to be able to push on from there. They batted for 25, 30 overs, or I can't really remember how many, but they didn't even look like they played a shot in anger, and they were both nearly on 100. So yeah, it was a phenomenal batting performance, and to set that platform like they did, to give Joss the power, the back end power that he has, and the way that Rooty plays was an outstanding batting performance.
And just finally from me, obviously Jacob had a really key spell with the ball as well. What kind of made you go to him at that point? Because it felt sort of touch and go the match.
Yeah, that was a tough little period. They were obviously getting ahead of the game and playing really well, but I decided to go off for an over and have a quick chat with Baz and gather his thoughts really. And again, comes back to the communication, which has been outstanding throughout the T20s, throughout the ODIs. They have a slightly different view from up there with the TVs and all the analytic work up there. So just going up there and having a quick little chat with him to see what we could do from that point. And yeah, he said, have a go with Beth, and just a slightly different spinner to what we've got with him driving it into the pitch, and thankfully it came off.
Harry, England reading the conditions better than India has been a recurring theme on this tour. Do you think that was the case today as well, with India's top 5 batters falling to the combination of Rashid, Bethel and Kyle, who also relied heavily on his slower variations?
Yeah, and that's something that we've spoken about so much throughout the T20s and the one-day series, is trying to assess conditions as quickly as we possibly can. And it comes back to the communication from the coaches onto the field, players talking among themselves and back and forth with the coaches. And like I said, they've got all the analytic work up there. They can see what's working, what's not working, and we've just got to keep on backing our guns and sticking to what we think is going to be right. And in the end, we took a punt with Beth, with him driving the ball into the pitch, and thankfully it came off. And yeah, he was getting probably more out of the surface than anybody else was with the spinning ball.
Harry, we have seen in this ODI series, we have seen 3 masterclass knock, 2 from Joe Root in the last 2 games and 1 from Rohit Sharma. So going into the 2027 World Cup, when we talk about strike rates and everything, but playing ODI cricket is an art, right? So how important these players are considering in the ODI, because they know how to pace their innings.
Yeah, Rooty's been a master of batting for many years. Rohit Sharma's been an incredible ODI cricketer as well, and I think the way that Beth and Ducky batted as well was perfect. Like I said, they didn't look like they were trying to take a risk at any point, and they ended up knocking up a really good platform for us to be able to kick on. And ODI cricket, you don't have to take as many risks as you think. Just because it's a white ball coming down at you, you don't have to do as many funky things, but rotate the strike really, and you pick up your boundaries here and there.
Were you surprised that India lined up with 4 pacers today?
Sorry, what was it?
Were you surprised that India lined up with 4 pacers today?
No, not really. I think it's been a fairly seam-dominant series. Yeah, when Bumrah went down, we kind of knew that they were going to have to bring another seamer in, and thankfully we batted well.
When Rohit and Virat were playing, or at any point in the India chase, did it look like that they could get to it? Were there any sort of concerns as they batted along?
Yeah, like I said about Rohit a second ago, they've been phenomenal ODI cricketers for such a long period of time. We knew that was going to be a very, very tough chase. even with them two going along really nicely. But all it takes is a couple of wickets and then you're back in front of the game, and we did that. And yeah, we got back in front of the game and we finished off the game really well. Joss has been an outstanding white ball cricketer, arguably the best to have ever played the game, and the way he went out there and used his power to his advantage, and whenever they missed it just looked like it was going to disappear out of the park. That innings was very crucial for us, but it all came because of the platform we set with the two openers and Ruti as well. So if we hadn't have done that, then Joss wouldn't have been able to go out there and play that innings. But yeah, it was a phenomenal innings from him as well.
I think there was a proper sync feeling with team like 11 today, but looking ahead, will you maybe looking to rotating and bring in people like James Rose and Anamus and Kane and JJ and Sri Lanka, try and kind of figure out the perfect combination in time for the World Cup?
That's something to think about down the line, really. We've always said that we want to try and pick and select the 11 on the conditions, really. We try our best to read the conditions as well as you can before the game and try and pick the side that we think is going to be dominant on that surface.
Harry, what have you personally learned captaining across this series? There have been a variety of conditions. I guess a day like today, on a flat pitch, big score being racked up. How much have you learned as you've gone along here?
It's tough. It's hard. Yeah, I was a little bit stumped at one point in the game when they were going well, but with this team, I've said so many times that we're never out of it. We have the belief, we have the courage in ourselves to be able to win games out of nowhere. I'm not saying today was out of nowhere, but the belief and the camaraderie that we have out on the field and off the field has been outstanding, and I think that's due to the coaches and the communication that we've had has been awesome.
Good evening. Please note that the public areas of the ground are now closing. The ground is...
There's obviously two series wins, big feather in your cap, especially both, number one ranked team, both formats. Do you think you could possibly accommodate another captaincy on top of that, or do you feel like you've kind of got plenty at the moment?
That's not my decision to make. Whoever's the new coach is going to have that decision to make. It would be tough to do it, but I'm not saying it's impossible. And if I get asked, then see where it takes us.